Welcome everyone to our final Learn More webinar series. Today's series will introduce us to Thomas More University's College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences and help us learn more about what's new and exciting for students interested in the college. Joining me today, I'd like to introduce and welcome Father Ray Enzweiler, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Welcome, Father Ray.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We'll jump right into a series of questions so we can get to know you and your college. So we'll start off with what are some of the biggest programs in your college? What are the career fields that most students that graduate from your college go on to pursue?
Okay. Well, the largest department in our college is education. It has most students, and it offers a wide variety of programs through the primary to 12 teacher certification. And they have different particular disciplines that students can focus in, all in the context of that certification. They also offer an opportunity for those who maybe don't want to get a certified teaching license, but have an interest in teaching. So maybe they want to go and work in for example, a corporate training office, or do some type of a teaching assistant position where you don't necessarily need to be certified, but having that knowledge about the techniques and skills of teaching is a benefit. And then they have a Master's of Arts in Teaching, which allows someone who's got a degree from another discipline, a concentration, like a physics degree, who is interested in teaching now to come back and get the teaching aspects and other additional things they may need so they can become certified for teaching. It's a very good, strong program. The faculty are with you. For example, when you are out teaching at a site, it is the faculty from our campus who come to witness and write reports and give you feedback. Our program is very good. In fact, is a sign of the strength of our program. We have 100% placement for our teachers. So it is really something to be proud of. The next in terms of our programs, psychology is the largest. And psychology also is an excellent program, and it really prepares the students for whatever avenue they want to go. We have preparation for graduate school or for career. In fact, you do things like research. You have opportunities for those in research at the campus here. You have the opportunity to go to meetings. You actually can present at some of these professional meetings. So they give you all the things they need. In fact, as a sign of the strength of the program, this year, 4 of our graduates have been accepted into doctoral programs. So it's a very strong program, but they also are not just geared towards graduate school. They will work with you to find the particular things you need for the career path you see for yourself. So it doesn't need to be a graduate school plan. You can, with a bachelor's degree, go out and start a career, and they will help you with that. The next largest actually is criminal justice. Criminal justice gives you excellent preparation for things that are related to law enforcement and security. Getting tongue-tied here. Sorry about that. So when you look at this reality, criminal justice is more than just law enforcement, though. It's more than just working in the court system. Some of their graduates have gone off and done things in cybersecurity or done things involving fraud investigation. So again, it prepares you for much more. The other advantage that they offer, and it's not just criminal justice that does this, they encourage you to get additional experience through other majors and minors, and it's built into the program. There's space to do that. And all our programs really have that desire that you don't just focus on this particular major or minor, that you spread out, you broaden as well as get depth. So we have programs in theology, philosophy, history, political science, sociology, economics, English and creative writing, law, theater, communications, and there's minors in music and communications and photography. That lots we have to offer, and they work together. And in all of them, there are opportunities for graduate school, but there are also opportunities going out into fields from graduation, from your bachelor's degree, and working. We have people who've gone into youth ministry. We have people who've gone into leadership training. People who've gone into civil service. People who've gone into journalism, web design, marketing. So there's really no limit to what you can do coming out of our college. the key thing is to work, excuse me, work with your faculty advisor so that you have the resources and skills you need as you go forward in the career plan you have for yourself.
Sounds like a lot of great opportunities for students. Let's go ahead and jump into talking about programming. So, what changes have been made to your degree programs over the past year?
So we're constantly looking at our programs. There have been a few things that have changed this year. I mentioned just before the minor in photography. That is new. That's just starting for us this year. History has made changes that will go into effect next year, giving their students more options in terms of what classes they take, so that as I choose a course, it's not I must take this course, but I have a range of courses to help me engage my interest. Theology is done as something similar in adding an aspect where a student can get some skills related to ministry, because a lot of our students either choose a career in ministry or have an interest in working in ministry just as a volunteer. Uh, so all our majors are doing those things, trying to make the particular courses you take flexible enough that you can really get the things you need. Um, but really, the biggest change for us, the thing that has the greatest impact, and I also think the greatest uh, benefit for us, is a new core program, general requirements that have went into place this year. Our second century core did two major things. One is they reduced the hours required for the core. And so that gives a student more opportunities to take things of interest and to diversify their education in that way. And in that second century core, there's also a depth to it. So you have a set of courses you have to take, a breadth, and most of those courses are in our college. So you get a sense of the different aspects of knowledge by discipline. And we hope that you also start to see how they integrate together and how that all ties into a constant uniform body of knowledge. It's not just siloed, but integrated. But it's more than just this depth or breadth that we're looking for. There is also the depth. And we get the depth by having an option where you can take 3 courses, 9 hours at upper level that reflect around a theme. So that you see these different disciplines working, excuse me, working together for this theme. So for example, there's work right now in this college to get a theme focused on death and dying, drawing from the different disciplines and how they approach it, how they see it. So you see not only the integration, but the uniqueness of each approach. You can also take minors or second majors as other ways to get that depth beyond that first major that you have. So breadth and depth. And I think this second century core really helps that happen. So I think this is just a great opportunity for us as a university and as a college.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think as more students transfer in credits from their time in high school, whether that's dual credit or AP credit, I definitely think having that option for them to kind of explore and then pursue other areas is great for students. So keep up the great work. Are there any degree programs that are coming soon or that you would like to highlight?
So we do have a couple programs that are in the works. We're always looking for new angles, new ways to address the needs of the students and the changing needs of the world around us. Um, but all of these really focus on that particular goal. So as a university, our mission is to help each person examine what the ultimate meaning of life is. What is it all about? And help that person know who I am in the world. What's my place in the world? And also then recognize we are connected. So I have a responsibility to others. And so that knowledge of the whole, my uniqueness, but also my interconnectedness. And we have 2 programs I want to just mention that are in the works that reflect that. Um, I apologize for my throat. That was not intended. It was going fine until I started talking. But one of those, it's in the works, so I'm not going to say a whole lot about them because there's things that could change. But we're in the process of looking at the possibility of having 2 years spent at Thomas More, so I take 2 years of here, and then go to another institution with 2 years of classes, and you will come out with a Bachelor of Science in Speech and Language Hearing Sciences. So something to really help people with their ability to hear and speak. Again, great service to others, and we're looking for novel ways to provide that service. The other program that I wanted to mention that is in works, and again, it's still in beginning stages. We're moving along through the process, but it's a graduate program, and it's geared to help people get their licensure for principal. So these two are two options there. So the teacher who is interested in becoming a principal has the opportunity to get the licensing necessary. And again, it's a serving not only the wider area, but also serving that aspect of education. So those are just two examples that really show who we are as a college, I think.
Yeah, it's great. And I love to see the college exploring new avenues for students. What support or advising is available for students who are pre-professional?
Our advising has a couple of different foci to it. So there is a person whose responsibility is just to be an advisor. And that varies who you're assigned to, but we call them professional advisors. So that some of those exist on campus. But I think the more important thing to recognize is that for every major, for every minor, you are assigned a faculty advisor, someone who knows not only the depth of the major, they also have an awareness of the general university requirements. So they work with you to make sure you get what you need to get done. But they also then, because they know that major you're in, can help you achieve the personal goals more completely. They have just that knowledge of the discipline to really provide a guidance that a person who doesn't know the discipline may not be able to do as well. So we have those faculty advisors that are very integral to us. We do have two pre-professional programs, if you will, and I would consider education pre-professional because you're working towards a certification. And so again, you have those faculty advisors who, when they're helping with that, they're the ones doing site visits. They're the ones who help and keep you on track so that when you get time to take that licensing throughout the whole process, you're progressing to what you need to become a certified, a licensed teacher. The other one we have is a law program, a pre-law program, where you spend 3 years at Thomas More, taking on the reality of just the classes here, meeting those courses. And then you transfer to one of the local law schools, which we have agreements with, and you would enter the law school at that point. After those 6 years, so it's a 3+3, you come out not only with a law degree, but you can come out with a bachelor's degree from Thomas More. And so the advisor, the faculty member who guides you through that knows the ins and outs well and really helps you get into that professional training of the law school. So those are two examples of pre-professional programs we have. But I think the biggest message in all of it is that we really focus with having faculty being our advisors. And they get to know you, they know the depth of the field well, and they really work with you on an individual basis.
I think that's great, especially having that strong faculty-student connection as students move through the programs. Are there any centers within the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences?
The closest we could have to a center in my mind would be the School of Education. So it's not a department, we actually call it a school. And it offers a broad range of opportunities. So that fitting makes sense. So I think of it as kind of like a center, but it's not technically called a center. Uh, we don't have any centers beyond that, but there are two university initiatives that we are very integral to, or very much connecting with us at least. One is the Center for Faith, Mission, and Catholic Education. That's a new initiative on campus. It's just really beginning and getting under its way. We have a director recently appointed. And when you think about that, it speaks when we talk about faith and mission, Catholic education. We have education in our college. We have theology in our department. We have all the things that go in with that knowledge. And the other one, which is connected in with that, is the Institute for Religious Liberty. That institute, again, When you think of religious liberty, history comes into play, psychology, sociology, all the things that are part of our discipline, criminal justice, I mean, English, just the ability to express this. All our disciplines really have an integral role to play in both of those particular university initiatives. So they're not ours, but we have a particular role that I think is very strongly supportive of them. And that's the closest I would say to having a center at this point. Someday, maybe, but not yet.
Yeah, that's still great. It's nice to see that you're not necessarily siloed, that students are integrated across the entire university. Um, what does your college do to connect students with employers and prepare them for their future careers? For example, do you have internships within your college, experiential learning opportunities, things of that sort?
So there are university-wide events to help connect employers and students, and we have employers coming to campus and just looking to talk to students periodically. So kind of these campus-wide job fairs, if you will. But it also is very personalized for us. And that personalization again comes at that departmental level, that program level, where you have a faculty advisor and a group of faculty who know the discipline, have connections, uh, and they are able to guide you, whether it's graduate school you're interested in, whether it is just being connected with employers. We do have internships, and in some disciplines it's expected. There is an experiential learning requirement for every student. And a lot of those are filled within the context of the major. So everyone has to take this experiential learning to graduate. In the major, if I do it, I could be then making connections with an employer. I can get a sense of what the field is like. So we have these real world experiences coupled with just the great depth of knowledge of our faculty.
That's awesome. How can the public find out more about what classes are required for each major?
So one way to find out a little bit more about us is to go to the Thomas More's website. So thomasmore.edu, no spaces. And on the left, there's a pull down menu. And if you click on it, there's one called academics, and that takes you to some links that will lead you to the different programs we have. So that's just a very basic way to get some information. There's also a search button, a little microscope, not microscope, magnifying glass. There we go. My science background's coming out. So that little magnifying glass allows you the opportunity to search for something. So you could search for the catalog for some more information or search for a particular department. But to be honest, the best way is to reach out to us. Call someone, send an email, reach out to admissions, reach out to a department chair. If you're not sure who to reach out to me or someone else that maybe you know is connected with Thomas More. We will put you in contact with the person you need to talk to, because it really is that one-to-one experience that you get a sense of who we are as Thomas More. You get that sense of really, yeah, just Thomas More, that experience. So visits and talking.
Sounds great. Is there anything that we haven't covered from your College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences that you want to highlight before we close out here?
So one thing that I would bring up is something that particularly relates to high schools, and that is our dual credit program. Our college is very engaged in that. Our whole campus is, but our college does have a lot of courses that we offer in that, in part because we are connected very much with the general second century core requirements. But that is something, if you're at a school, really look at that possibility to get some dual credit, and that gives you experience dealing with Thomas More and experience who we are, but also gives you some experience for college, which is to your benefit. Beyond that, there's many things I could say. And really what it comes down to, rather than trying to say everything and forgetting someone, which I've probably done, so no offense was intended, but really reach out, talk to us, come and just get a sense of the amazing reality of who Thomas More is, what it means to be here, and what it means to be part of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. That would be my wrap up. Basically, come and see.
Yeah, I'm all for it. And as you know, overseeing the dual credit program, I appreciate the plug in there. It sounds like from our conversation though today that the theme of today of Thomas More is personalization, personalization towards the student, working with the student on an individual basis to make sure that their plans are aligned with their program of study and their experience here at Thomas More.